playing with fire here. Oh my god, not me juking her off the ledge like that. That was disgusting. Salutations and welcome back to my channel. And we have the How to Play Leeroy guide. So it's been a little while since I've done my last How to Play guide. So I'm kind of excited to start doing these again. So I did all the research that I could on Leeroy, and I'm here to provide what I found. In case you guys aren't in the know, subscribing is the best way to help the channel out. It lets YouTube know that my channel is worth watching, and it'll show my video to more people, basically helping the channel grow. So if this is your third or fourth video that you've watched from me and you haven't subbed yet, I highly encourage you to subscribe. But with all that being said, let's hop into the guide. Starting with Leeroy's basic attack, he does a quick swipe with his fishing rod. Its attack range is just very slightly longer than most other basic attacks. Not to mention, its speed and knockback make it amazing for edge guarding, so you can kind of get into situations where someone's trying to recover, and you can just spam your basic attack and kind of like make a wall, and it'll be hard for them to actually like, kind of recover back. For Leeroy's special, he casts his fishing rod, and if he hits the opponent, he damages them and pulls them in. The amount the enemy's pulled depends on how much damage you've taken. So, well, I actually pulled the guy off, but as you can see, the bot's being pulled like barely by anything because I haven't damaged him. But as the damage stacks, pull him for more. You can also manipulate the hitbox by side dashing, so you can kind of make it easier to hit. You can also manipulate it by jumping. For Leeroy's unique, he places a puddle down on the ground that he can teleport back to later on. If enemies in range of a puddle that you're about to teleport to, they get knocked back and they take a little bit of damage. Unique is only usable when you're on the ground, so I cannot place this puddle in midair, and I also can teleport to it while I'm in the air. Only when I touch the ground is when I can actually teleport back to it. The last thing to note about this ability is that you can actually cancel knockback by teleporting to it. So if you time it correctly, you can cancel knockback by teleporting back to your puddle. Lastly, for Leeroy's ultimate, it's this huge AoE that's unblockable and will throw the enemy in the direction that you're looking. So if I pop unique and I'm looking forward, they'll get launched forward, and it knocks them back by quite a bit. It's a pretty nasty ultimate. Now that we have a good understanding of what Leeroy does, we can go into his pros and cons to understand him a little bit more in depth. Starting with Leeroy's pros, Leeroy is a very safe character. He does not have to get close to his opponent to actually kill them at all. He can kind of play this like run play style, like almost like hit and run, and he just never has to get close. He can just spam his fishing rod at range, and he's good. He's safe. Just as long as you manage your energy, there's nothing to really worry about. Leeroy is also amazing as side island camping. Leeroy's kit heavily rewards him for camping the side islands. Leeroy's basic attack, special, and ultimate all reward you heavily for playing on the side islands where it's more dangerous to any enemy opponent and your abilities are way more effective. This also leads me into his next pro, which is edge guarding. His basic attacks are amazing for edge guarding once they're knocked off. They'll be forced to use some sort of type of side dash or guard or anything, which costs extra stamina, which is your main goal. Is when you're edge guarding, you want to be draining your stamina. And even if they get past your basic attack, you now have your special that you can use to literally whip them back off the side and force them to come back. So once you're off the edge, it's really dangerous for you if Leeroy's edge guarding you. And for Leeroy's last pro, he has a very strong ultimate. The ultimate has a huge AoE, which is amazing for games with multiple people like free-for-all, and it's unblockable, which is really uncommon in encounters. So people do not expect your ultimate to be unblockable, so you'll be surprised at how many people will try to block and they just get absolutely demolished. And even escaping the range of the ultimate can be kind of difficult if you're not expecting it because how big the range is. So Leeroy's ultimate's definitely really strong. Moving on to Leeroy's cons, he's weaker in close range than most characters. Unfortunately, his basic attack, while it being good at edge guarding, isn't really good in a direct 1v1. You're better off playing from a range like safely and building damage that way. Many characters outclass him in the close range fight, so that's something that you have to be careful about. Leeroy also has a hard time with missing his abilities, so, well, not as in they're easy to hit, but what I mean is that if you miss your abilities on Leeroy, you will likely lose the match just right then and there. You need to be hitting your abilities, which when you're first starting out can be a little bit difficult if you're not used to how the special works. So you definitely want to practice that, because you need to be hitting that ability. That is your most important ability, and if the enemies start dodging it, or you're having a hard time hitting it, you're gonna run into some trouble there. In addition to that, Leeroy's not a very flexible character. If you're up against, let's say, a Ryan, and Ryan is dodging your special, so you decide to go into like a more close range playstyle, you're likely to lose just because Ryan's just simply stronger than Leeroy is at close range. And unfortunately, Leeroy doesn't have as many tools as Ryan does in a close range scenario. Ryan has his basic attack, he has his basic attack and range attack, which his range attack is actually pretty good at close range as well. So Leeroy will definitely run into some issues. But that is one of many examples of when Leeroy's playstyle is just very static. Leeroy's ultimate will always throw the enemy in the direction you were looking. Make sure to look off stage for max kill pressure. Ideally, you should always be on an island when you're using your ultimate, as you're the closest away from land, and it'll make it extremely hard for them to recover. They'll be forced to recover to the side island. When they're trying to recover onto the side island, this is the perfect time for you to go and try to edge guard them. Always remember that Unique can cancel knockback if it's timed correctly. Use this as a backup defensive option if side dashing or shielding isn't working for you. Leeroy's basic attack is very fast and does a good amount of knockback at high damages. Use this to edgeguard people that you've thrown off the edge via ultimate or special. If they get past your basic attack, always remember to swap to your special and try to hook them back off the edge, and just try to keep the cycle going. Unique can sometimes be used as a kill tool. If you build a lot of damage on your enemy, like around 300, you can sometimes use it as a kill tool. In addition to that, just like with his ultimate, the enemy will be knocked in the direction you were looking, so always aim it off stage. Your special hitbox can be moved around to make it easier to hit your enemy. Try to side dash or jump to manipulate the hitbox. Lastly, attacking with your basic attack 1 or 2 times and backing off with side dashes or a backward shield is a good way to get some damage in while pushing back your enemy slightly, depending on how much damage you've taken. Ideally, you want to do this when they've taken a good amount of damage. With all that being said, let's go to our in-game example and I'll show you guys how Leeroy looks in a real game. Alright, so here we are with our in-game example. So we have a really nice map for Leeroy. These side islands are perfect. Remember, you're always going to be one to play around these side islands. So right now we're just looking to poke, build some damage on Synth right here. Luckily she's not making it very hard for me to hit her. But you sort of just want to play this almost like zoner playstyle with Leeroy until you get your ultimate. So she's looking to get close, which is fine. I'm on the side island now. So if she comes onto the side island, I'm gonna use my ult on her. Assuming I don't clear out right. In addition to side dashing to extend the hitbox like this, you can also jump, which is a good way of extending it. If they ever try to jump or anything like that. You're in trouble, Synth. Alright. We're gonna try to ult her off. Yeah, nah, she's not recovering from that. She's gone. And we just rinse and repeat. Leeroy's I feel like Leeroy is a very safe character. People can actually even find this kind of frustrating to play against, so you'll probably get a lot of DCs if you're playing this correctly. Oh my god. These attacks are actually nasty. We're gonna pretend like we're running away. Nope. I think she tried blocking it there. It was kind of hard to see. That was getting tossed, but that ultimate's not to be played with. They can't be blocked or anything like that. Ooh, almost. Oh my god. So this sudden toss me. I'm taking a lot of damage. Or I've took a lot of damage. Ooh, that was really dangerous. I'm playing with fire here. Oh my god, not me juking her off the ledge like that. That was disgusting. Where's Seth? Oh my god. I'm taking so much knockback. I cannot get hit. I'm actually gonna ult here just for the damage. I don't think I'll kill her, but yeah. Maybe I can get an edge guard here? Now she's already sent it back. Maybe I can pull her? Oh! Remember that, Leeroy's lasso works differently than Seth's. Leeroy's works based off damage. So you can actually use it at close range to kill people. Versus Seth, where if you hook someone at close range, they don't go anywhere. But if I hook her from this range, it's just as effective, so I'll actually toss her behind me. Nah, just... yeah, I was gonna say she's gone. There's no coming back from that one. GG's. But yeah, guys, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. It was oddly nostalgic, like making it. It's been so long. If this was your first time watching a guide, you should check out some of my older guides, especially the How to Play Sage guide, where it's very similar to this video. Or if you want something a bit different, you should check out my video where I talk about how Pak 2 is going to be replaced by Jokujo. I still can't get over that name. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching.